And we're back. Welcome. Yesterday we had a lot of fun with adventures with hair and hair stories. Today you're going to have a second mentor text. Yesterday was bedhead. Today is crown ode to the fresh cut. And so we're going to start with a video clip, and then you're going to hear me read crown, a mentor text, and we'll notice a lot of the amazing techniques the author is using. And then we're kicking it over to you. It's your turn to write an experience that you've had with hair, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's ugly. And then we're going to be sharing some best lines perhaps tomorrow. Yesterday, when Mrs. McCaskey read Bedhead, we noticed amazing things. There was the onomatopoeia, the sound words, shuffle, slump. Two-word sentences that add great drama, like it was big, it was bad. That was awesome. Adjectives, gunkless, soapy, silver, fogless, to really bring the scene to life so the readers can imagine it. Power verbs. We're talking about the character, and he's splashing, swishing, swirling, making it vivid, making it filled with action. And then the ... That's called an ellipsis. It was ... bedhead. A comparison between two things was also there. It looked just like a cat's coughed up fur ball. We'll also see figurative language like that today in Crown. It's fun to hear dialogue. In the little video clip we're about to show next, there's a lot of dialogue between this kid and his cousins and this funky haircut that he gets, so that'll be fun too. And alliteration, the soapy silver soap dish. So those are the same word, the same sound repeated 3 times. So at this time, I'm going to invite you to turn to your digital writer's notebook. And we are going to return right where we were yesterday. And mentor text, bedhead, and crown. And today, it's going to be the second story, Crown. And you're going to listen, and you're going to record awesome techniques the author uses that strikes you. So that's your only task right now. Just open up that document, and I'm going to play a video clip, and you simply just need to enjoy, just need to listen to this storyteller tell his experience with hair, and then we'll get to Crown where you'll be doing some noticing.
Okay, so I'm in 4th grade, going to 5th grade, and it's the end of the summer, and I'm getting ready for school. And I got my school supplies, my school clothes, my super cool new lunchbox, the new J's on my feet, the new Jordan sneakers. I'm set. It's only really one thing I'm missing. And you know how, like, when you're a kid, you don't really care how your hair looks? Like, you don't really take care of your hair. Like, you don't really comb it or wash it. Or maybe that's just me. So at the end of the summer, my hair was kind of just like this thing on my head. And it was terrible. It was revolting. Like, nobody wanted to look at it. And so everywhere I'm going, my friends are like, yo, Alfonso, you need a haircut. My sister is telling me you need a haircut. My mom's kind of corny. She said, I'm going to get you a haircut before you go to school because you look like a fool. That's what she said. And so one day, and I'm kind of just like, yeah, I agree. So one day, I go to my cousin's house, and it's my older cousin and my other cousin around my age. And so I'm sitting there, I'm playing video games with my other cousin around my age, and while I'm playing video games, I kind of notice my older cousin kind of staring at my hair. And all of a sudden he says, I could cut your hair right for free. And I'm like, really? Really? Because that'd be great. My mom's she said I need a haircut before I go back to school, so this would be awesome. And so I didn't really know better. Like, nobody was there to say, stop! This guy is not a licensed barber. He's not qualified to cut hair. This is not what he does. It's just not. And so my cousin takes me to the backyard, to the garage. And the garage is dark, and there's not really much light except for this old rusty lamp. And you know how, like, in the movies when they find some ancient artifact and there's the dust on it, they blow in it, and it just slided. That was that lamp. That was it. So my cousin, starts cutting my hair. There was no mirrors either, And you know how when you go to the barber shop, there's those giant mirrors. So while you're getting your haircut, you could kind of look up and check. I like that. That's nice. So my cousin's cut my hair for like 25, 30 minutes. And all of a sudden, he stops. And he's proud of his work. He's like, bang, there you go. I got you, little man. Gives me a high five. Got you. And I get up, I'm like, okay, now I'm ready for school. I want to go play video games with my cousin. And so I knew there was something wrong. Because as soon as I stepped foot into the house, my other cousin around my age looks at me and starts dying, crying, laughing all over the place, hysterically. And I like jokes, I want to know what's funny too. So I go to the bathroom and I come face to face with the mirror. I couldn't believe what I saw, guys. My hairline was back here. And this was all shining. Like I had like this windshield thing going on. Like if you look closely enough into my forehead, you can see your own reflection in it. It was crazy. It was just glistening. And I was kind of crazy when I was a kid. So I started bugging out all over the place. I'm screaming everywhere. Why? What am I going to do? Oh my God, cousin, why have you wronged me this way? How am I supposed to go to school? What am I going to do? So later on, I get dropped off at my house and I see my mom. And she looks at me and she kind of just like shrugs it off. She's like, oh, well, I told you I was going to get you a haircut. Should have waited, now you're going to look funny. And so that's what happened. I looked funny for the first 2 to 3 weeks of school. People laughed and made jokes. And I don't know if y'all can tell, I keep it fresh. So basically, I trusted my cousin once, and I will never trust him again for anything.
All right, very nice. So there was some sound words in there with the onomatopoeia, with the bzz, bzz, and he had some short sentences like, he stopped, and that made it really exciting. Next step, you should have your writer's notebook open to our mentor text invitation to notice, and we're going to listen to Crown. Our second mentor text is called Crown. All right, what did you notice? I noticed that the author uses several amazing techniques. Metaphors, a lump of clay, a blank canvas, a slab of marble. Alliteration like slow, steady, and surgical. And so now we're going to start thinking about our own hair stories.
All right, guys. So now it's going to be your turn, your time to do your own writing. So look at this poor little guy. Look at his hair, that poor little kitten. I just want to brush him. So we're going to do your turn to write. So right now, I want you to think about your own possible hair story. I'm going to share with you my little hair story. And it's quite the hair story. So I'm going to share with you mine, and then I'm going to have you, if you can, share a hair story with a neighbor, somebody in the classroom, or if you're at home, maybe you can share it with your dog. But let's start off with my hair story. I know you all have your own, but here's mine. So I wrote mine up, and this nice little picture up in the corner there, you'll see that basically that's what I looked like. It's all about perms. Back in the day, we got perms. So take a look right here. It'll be cute, my mom said to me while I was sitting in the chair getting my hair done. All the girls are getting them. Perms. In elementary school, I really could have cared less what the other girls were doing. But my mom really wanted me to cut and perm my hair. Here I sat and waited while the stylist stuffed my short hair into thin pink rollers. It looked like a plate of lunch meat was rolled up and stacked on top of my head. Then came the worst part, the smell. Perm solution was poured all over my rollers, and now I smelled worse than 10 skunks in battle. After hours of cutting, curling, and stinking, it was over with. My mother beamed. "You look so cute, just like little Annie." I stared at my reflection in the mirror. I looked like I had been electrocuted. So that's my horror story. Take a look at this image. Based on my horror story, can you pick me out? My mother thought I looked just like little orphan Annie. Let me tell you, I have naturally curly hair anyway, and to perm it just made it worse. So if you think you've picked me out, I will tell you, I'm the girl right here in blue with a big white collar. And if it was easy to pick me out, it's probably because I described what I looked like well enough for you to figure that one out. So what you're going to do is you're going to come up with your own horror story. So take a minute, think about your hair story. It might be the time you styled the cat's hair. It might be the time you cut all your Barbie doll's hair. It might be the time you cut your own hair, like my daughter did. It might be when you dyed your best friend's hair. It might be when your dad did his own shaving of the head at home. So think about that hair story and take a minute to share it with somebody. When you're done sharing, it's going to be your time to write your hair story. And you're going to do that where we do a lot of writing in your writer's notebook. You're just simply going to go back into your writer's notebook and you're going to go right here where it says hair story and write your hair story there. All right? Have fun. Tell somebody your hair story and then write yours. If you're really, really struggling with coming up with a hair story, make one up. Be creative and have fun. All right, we're going to do some work with these hair stories tomorrow, so get writing. Bye, sailors.